Homunculus, the alchemical creation of little people with great powers. Although science has made much progress in the last century, there are still numerous ethical issues that need to be addressed by the scientific community. One such issue is the creation of artificial life. For some, this is a logical process of scientific knowledge. For others, this is a realm that should not be intruded by human beings. Concepts relating to the creation of artificial life, such as genetic engineering, human cloning, are relatively modern science ideas. In the past, however, it was a field of alchemy that medieval scientists sought to artificially create life. One of the beings that the alchemists were purported to be able to create was the homunculus, meaning little man in Latin. The homunculus is the first referred in alchemical writings in the 16th century. It is likely, however, that the concept is older than these writings. The idea that miniature, fully formed people can be created has been traced to the early Middle Ages and is partially based on Aristotelian belief that sperm is greater than the ovum in its contribution to the production of offspring. This first known account of the production of the homunculus is said to be found in an undated Arabic work called the Book of the Cow, purportedly written by the Greek philosopher Plato himself. The materials required for the creation of the homunculus include human semen, a cow or ewe, and animal blood, whilst the process includes artificial insemination of the cow, ewe, smearing the inseminated animal glands with the blood of another animal and feeding it exclusively on the blood of another animal. The pregnant animal would eventually give birth to an unformed substance, which would then be placed in a powder made of ground sandstone, a mystical phosphorant elixir, sulfur, magnet, and green tuna, a sulfate of iron, and a sap of white willow. When the blob starts growing human skin, it would be required to be placed in a large glass or lead container for 3 days. After that, it has to be fed with the blood of its decapitated mother for 7 days before becoming fully formed homunculus. The tiny person inside a sperm is drawn by Anne Hart-Soker, 1695. In the Book of Cow, there are two similar procedures for producing the homunculus. Instead of a cow or ewe, which is a sheep, a female monkey is used in one, and an identified female animal in another. Additionally, different ingredients are used for the powder. An incubation period of the blob in the vessel is extended to 40 days. All three types of homunculus have their own specific functions. The first type of homunculus may be used to make the full moon appear on the last day of the month. Allow a person to take the form of a cow, a sheep, or even an ape. Allow one to walk on water and know things that are happening far away. The second type of homunculus can be used to enable a person to see demons and spirits, as well as converse with them, whilst the last type of homunculus can be used to summon rain at unseasonable times and produce extremely poisonous snakes. A 19th century engraving of Goethe's Faust and a homunculus. 16th century alchemist Philip van Holman, known as Paracelsus, provided a different recipe for creating the homunculus in his work De Natura. Sorry for saying that wrong. This recipe uses a horse as the surrogate mother of the homunculus, and semen of a man is left inside the animal's womb to purify for 40 days before a little man is born. Rather than using the homunculus to perform magical feats, Paracelsus instructs that the homunculus ought to be educated with the greatest care and zeal until it grows up and begins to display intelligence. Paracelsus also claims that the procedure for making the homunculus is one of the greatest secrets revealed by God to mortals, perhaps suggesting that the creation of artificial life is divine wisdom that may be used by human beings. Scientists today dismiss the work prescribed by the Book of Cow and Paracelsus as a mere fantasy. while others suggest that the writings was intended to be taken symbolically rather than literally, and contains hidden messages regarding the process of spiritual ascension. Nonetheless, the goal of producing the homunculus, i.e. the creation of artificial life, is a quest that some are still pursuing today. Very interesting, isn't it? So, where am I going with this? Well, check it out, the next one.